Welcome to Nivi's Toy Story! Hi guys, it's Nivi. I hope you're doing very well and I'm doing good too. Did you watch my last Toy Story, which was Ronnie and the Vortex of Doom? Well, I hope you did. Do you know what Toy Story I'm going to tell you today? It is Hansel and Gretel. Let's start. Once upon a time, near the forest, there were a tiny house, and in that house there were a husband and a wife and 2 children. But the big problem was that they were struggling to live and they didn't know what to do. All they had for eating was just 1 loaf of bread and nothing to drink. And then the wife came to the husband. And do you know, the dad was a loving and caring parent, but the mum was the opposite. So here came the wife and said, "You know what? This is the only option. We have to get our 2 children and get them out with a piece of bread and let them go, because we can't be suffering here and we can't all die with this big problem. So this is the only option. Otherwise, we're all 4 gonna die." By the way, you know what? While the parents were talking, the 2 children were listening. The boy was called Hansel and the girl was called Gretel. Then Gretel started to cry, and then Hansel said, "Shush, we have to make a plan." Then the husband only had that choice and kissed his 2 children and let them go. The moment they went outside, Hansel quickly ran to get some pebbles from the back garden and quickly rushed back without their parents seeing. Gretel started to cry and said, "Oh no, what can I do?" Hansel said, "Oh, it's fine." Then the mum said, "Now you go." And then she slammed the door. Then soon he laid pebbles on the path and he reached the forest with Gretel. Now they came deeper and deeper and deeper and they didn't know where to go. There was different paths, but as long as he put the pebbles in the right path, then he can go back. So he got some chopped wood from the side of the path and created some fire. And as soon as they finished the forest, they saw a big house full of candy and sweets. They were so hungry and they said, "Yummy. I guess there's no one there," said Hansel. And Gretel said, "I'm going to go straight away and eat all those muffins." Then they quickly ate, and with their big hunger, they started to get a big belly. And here came a wicked witch. She opened the creaky door and saw the 2 children. And pretending to be kind, she asked, "Come on, we got lovely dessert. Come on, children, come on." Then she shuffled them to the table and let them eat all the candy. Now, after they were full, she readied a bed and they slept. While they were sleeping, the wicked witch whispered and said, "Ooh, this is gonna be a yummy feast. I'm gonna roast one of those children and eat it for my yummy dinner." And trick them by eating candy. And then the next morning, when they woke up, the wicked witch was right in front of their face and said, "Morning, it's time to eat your breakfast." Then he woke up with a very big smile and said, "What are we gonna have today?" And then, with a flash, as quick as a flash, the wicked witch pushed Hansel in the cage and he was trapped. And he said, "Why am I here? You naughty witch. I know you're a witch now. You are trying to do something to us." Gretel started to cry and cry and cry. And then the wicked witch said, "Oh, you wanted a yummy breakfast, right, Gretel?" Then Gretel was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm really hungry." And then he said, "Oh, we're gonna do some chicken. Come on," said the wicked witch. But she said, But first, you have to look inside. Pop your head in the oven and see if it's warm, hot or cold. Okay? And that's all you have to do for me. She done with a grin. Then Gretel's like, something's wrong, but I'm just gonna check the temperature. So then, the moment she saw the oven, it was very big. And she wondered why it was so big instead of it being normal. Then she finally realized and said, oh no, she's trying to make me go in the oven to roast me. Oh no. Okay, get an idea, Gretel, get an idea. Aha! And then she asked the Wicked Witch and she said, oh, I don't think this fits me because I think I'm too big. So then the Wicked Witch just showed an example and said, look, you just have to pop your head in and Gretel pushed her bum into the oven and then shut the door with a lock. And then she run until she saw Hansel locked up in a cage. She unlocked it and they were free. And then Gretel said, come on, quickly, before the Wicked Witch comes. So they got a few candies and ran, following the pebbles that they left before they met that nasty house. And while they were running, they soon saw their father. Then they hugged him really tight and said, oh, I missed you, father. And the father said, oh, I really miss you too. I feel so happy. So when they stopped hugging, they didn't see any sign of their mother. And then they asked their father, where's our mummy? Where's she gone? Is she not going to see us? Then the father said, oh, I'm really sorry. Unfortunately, she died. And then they were sad and said, oh, that's sad. But at least we got you. And then they all three went inside and gathered some yummy food. And they lived happily ever after. The end. Did you like the story? Well, I hope you did. If you like the story, please thumbs up, subscribe and comment below to tell me what you like about the story. This is Nivi and Hansel and Gretel signing out.